Good morning, folks, and welcome aboard. You have landed on the shores of northern New England, specifically the state of Maine. There are several schools of thought on how the state was named, but the most popular one is that the name Maine comes from the practical nautical term, the main, or mainland, which served to distinguish the bulk of the state from the numerous islands. After all, Maine boasts 3,478 miles of coastline, including inlets and bays, and has 3,166 islands. We're about to embark on a scenic drive from beautiful and prolific Portland, Maine, to the famous Conway Scenic Railroad in North Conway, New Hampshire, where you'll be stepping aboard a historic train to experience the beauty of the White Mountains. I'm Bucky Lewis, and I'll be your guide on this great adventure. So buckle up, relax, and let's hit the road. As we journey through these beautiful landscapes, let's dive into some fun facts comparing our starting point, Maine, and our destination, New Hampshire. Maine is known as the Pine Tree State, has almost 90% of its land wooded, mostly with pine trees, hence the name, and it boasts more miles of coastline than even California, with over 60 lighthouses. It's a paradise for seafood lovers, beachgoers, sports enthusiasts, and fishermen alike. In contrast, New Hampshire has a coastline of just 18 miles, but is renowned for its majestic mountains, breathtaking views, and charming small towns. What New Hampshire lacks in coastline, it makes up with the majesty of the White Mountains, with the prominence of Mount Washington, the tallest mountain in the Northeast. When it comes to size, it's the largest state in New England, more than all of the other New England states combined, covering about 35,385 square miles, whereas New Hampshire is considerably smaller, encompassing approximately 9,349 square miles. Despite its smaller size, New Hampshire packs a punch with its diverse landscapes from the serene lakes region to the breathtaking White Mountains, of which you'll be experiencing today. The states of New Hampshire and Maine, nestled in this picturesque region of northern New England, share not only a border, but also a vibrant history of friendly rivalries. This competition spans diverse aspects, from natural resources and landscapes to culinary delights and historical milestones. Here are some of the key areas where these two states vie for supremacy. Maine is renowned for its delicious seafood and lobster, a staple of the state's cuisine, drawing seafood enthusiasts from far and wide. New Hampshire, on the other hand, is famous for its maple syrup. The annual sugaring season is a cherished tradition, with locals and visitors alike savoring the rich, sweet syrup produced in the state's sugar houses. Historically, the paths to statehood also highlight the competition between Maine and New Hampshire. Maine remained a part of Massachusetts until 1820, when it achieved statehood. Conversely, New Hampshire is one of the original 13 colonies and was the first state to declare its independence from England. Both states share a profound love for outdoor activities, providing ample opportunities for hiking, skiing, hunting, fishing, and exploring nature. Maine's expansive woods and extensive coastline offer countless trails and scenic spots for adventure seekers. New Hampshire's White Mountains and the serene lakes region cater to outdoor enthusiasts year-round. As I mentioned before, Maine is synonymous with lobster and seafood, and rightly so. It accounts for nearly 90% of the nation's lobster supply and is widely regarded as the best lobster in the world. New Hampshire is the seventh largest producer of maple syrup, the harvest of which was taught to the colonists by our Native Americans, specifically the Abenaki Indians. Maine boasts to be the home of Paul Bunyan, while New Hampshire is where the first UFO and alien abduction in the United States occurred, when Betty and Barney Hill were taken aboard an alien spacecraft and then later released. Maine and New Hampshire have another thing in common, in that their favorite sons were both literary giants. For Maine, it was Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, and for New Hampshire, it was Robert Frost. In conclusion, the rivalry between New Hampshire and Maine is characterized by a blend of natural beauty, culinary excellence, historical significance, and outdoor adventures. It is a friendly competition that enriches the cultural fabric of northern New England, encouraging both states to showcase their best attributes while fostering a shared appreciation for the unique qualities and common history. So, as we make our way from the coastal charm of Maine to the mountainous beauty of New Hampshire, let's take a moment to appreciate the unique qualities and shared history of these two remarkable states. Now, before we go any further, here is something that is really important for you to know. As we all have experienced, a vacation is so much more enjoyable when you can understand what the people around you are saying. So let's take a look at understanding the distinct dialects and expressions of Maine and New Hampshire here in northern New England. Both states share certain linguistic traits characteristic of the broader New England region. We've all heard the phrase, park the car in Harvard Yard. Well, that vernacular is even more pronounced in Maine and New Hampshire. This is called non-rhotic accent, which drops the R, and it means that the words ending in R are replaced with a vowel sound instead. For example, car becomes ka, and bar becomes ba. So we take the words that end in R and make them end in a vowel. But to keep the alphabet nicely balanced, rounded out, and proper, we add an intrusive R to a word. For example, when you go into the woods, you hunt for a deer. But when you have a thought, you have an idea. It all evens out, you see? This pattern is prevalent in the traditional accents of eastern New England, particularly the areas of Maine and New Hampshire. Also, here are some words and phrases unique to the area and shared by both states. In this exercise, the first sentence is the normal way people mostly talk in the rest of the country, while the corresponding sentence that means the same thing is how folks say it up here. Yeah. Please feel free to practice along. Yes, we are going to have a great and wonderful time on the Conway Scenic Railroad today. Listen there, dear, we're going to have some wicked good time today on the CSII if it don't get too dark first. I am going over to the restaurant and have some goulash and a milkshake for dinner. Yeah, I'm going up to the Greasy Spoon and fill my gullet with supper with some wicked good American chop suey and a frap. Gosh darn it, we missed our exit. We both weren't paying attention, I guess. Good Lord, we'd better make a U-turn up ahead. By Jesus, you are number than a pounded thumb. Are you so poor that you can't even pay attention? We missed a turn and going in the wrong direction. You better bang a Huey on this patch of dirt up here, otherwise we'll be getting wicked turned round. People say it's very rare, but maybe if we get lucky while riding on the train today, hopefully we can get to see a moose. Cousin Virgie, when he was riding the rails and swigging some brewskis a while ago, got to eyeball a swamp donkey. He went back that night with a gun and a flashlight, but the critter was gone. I am going down to the liquor store to get some quality alcoholic beverages and also get some cigarettes while I'm there. Do you want anything? I'm going to head over to the Packy and get us some giggle juice, not the rock gut stuff like I got before, and get some coffin nails at the same time. I'm flying. You buying? There is no drinking fountain at the railroad station, but we have plenty of water available. I want to give you folks a heads up because there's no bubbler at the depot. So, folks, understanding these linguistic characteristics and definitions offer amusing insights into the rich tapestry of accents and dialects that contribute to the unique cultural identity of northern New England. Ja.